What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, ReadOptionAgency.com. 20 plus years selling on eBay. So I got everything pulled I need to ship out. But I wanted to talk about the mistakes that so many new resellers make. And I see it even now constantly on like Facebook groups and stuff. But I don't have time to type out stuff for them. But I think the biggest mistake that people make when they get into reselling is thinking it's going to be easy. Whether they have a part-time job, a full-time job, they quit. They try to, start reselling at home because they know a niche. They think it's going to be all easy peasy from here on out. But what you fail to realize is actually it gets harder. Because not only you're leaving a job with one title, normally one-ish responsibility. When you start doing this yourself, you've got to wear many hats. You're the supplier, you're the shipper, you're the customer service representative, you're, the listing person. I mean, you're taking on multiple hats. You're the accountant, the numbers person. So you're taking on a whole lot more responsibility. You're taking on several jobs. People fail to realize that takes up time in your day. Also, too, if you were like I was, you basically become a stay-at-home parent also. When Adrian was younger, Alex was already in school, but Adrian was younger before he went to school. I turned into the stay-at-home parent who was driving people everywhere, making lunches, making dinner, taking care of the house, vacuuming, all that stuff, laundry, while trying to start a business, taking on all those responsibilities. So your day gets more jam-packed because you have more responsibilities. I was sleeping probably the first 10 years of the business, I slept 4 to 5 hours a night, and that was it. Made sure I got good sleep, slept 4 to 5 hours, back up, boom, 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 hit it every day, 7 days a week. If you want to do this more than just a hobby, and you want an actual income, steady income, that is replacing a full or part-time job, you have to put in the hours. And I see people all the time going, well, I've got a house to take care of. I'm a stay-at-home mom too, or, stay-at-home dad. I have the kids to take care of too. That's not an excuse. You have to take time away from you. And now it's even worse these days because people spend too much time lollygagging around on social media sites, whether it's YouTube, watching videos and not really paying attention to what they're doing. Facebook groups asking silly questions, reading all the comments to those silly questions, whatever the case may be. You're wasting too much of your time. I had somebody yesterday who said, so I take it you work 8 to 10 hours a day. And I'm like, pretty much. What you have to remember is when you're at work, you're working 8 hours. You're doing your job 8 hours. When you're a stay-at-home parent, it's not easy to do that 8-hour job for distractions, for children, for puppies, for house cleaning, for chores, whatever the case may be, running errands. So you have to make sure you get your 8-10 hours plus a day working just on the business. And working the business doesn't mean asking questions or reading people's comments. 2 things on Facebook. You have to dedicate your time to getting product, listing product, shipping product. That is your main concern, is finding the product, listing it, and shipping it. Then you learn on top of that. I used to take 2 hours of my night before I went to bed scrolling through eBay, getting my knowledge that way, looking for things that sell, how much they sell for, etc., etc. So you have to book that time in separate. So you'd say you only get on Facebook or YouTube at this block of time in the day. Every other time you set out this time to this time for the majority of your work. And if you don't do that, you're just going to fail. You can't have excuses. The family got in the way, the house got in the way. You can't do that. You have to work around it all. If you have to spend, I couldn't tell you the amount of days, or the anxiety I would get if I knew, okay, I'm spending 2 hours here at the doctor's with a kid, with Adrian or Alex. Now I've got to make that 2 hours up tonight. So guess what? I am not doing any learning sessions tonight. I am making sure that I am doing my job, what I want to do to make a steady income. So if you don't do that, you're going to fail. So there's so many people who just think it's going to be easy breezy, and that's it. It may be fun, it may be enjoyable, but it's still work if you want a steady paycheck. So, all right, let's get into this so I can get over to the honey hole and see if I can find something good today. I still got a thrifting in a Porsche. I'll probably just put up Saturday. It's really small. It's only like 3 minutes because there wasn't much. So I might put that up for the Saturday. I'll see if I can get one today. But let's get to shipping. First, I'm going to start with this. Well, I need to reboot everything. Hold on. I say hold on like I don't have a stop button. All right, we've got a lot of 17 VHS tapes, kids VHS tapes. Let's see, sold for $19, and they're headed out to Wentzville, Missouri. All right, Blue Balls, Blue Star University, yeah. Sold for $14, headed to Minnesota. All right, Rocky IV soundtrack, sold for $7, headed to Las Vegas. Well, I got mixed results on my question about $5 items. So what I'll do is some days I might do a stack. Some days I might show it. Some days I might not show it, depending on how behind I feel and how much stuff I'm shipping. What I'm going to try to do, I didn't do it today, unfortunately, was try to make a stack of $5. I didn't even think about it since it's a newer idea. Slipped my mind. So this sold for $5 and headed to Grant, Michigan. All right, next up, we got Phone Pranks. Cassette sold for $6, headed to Dallas, Georgia. Are you ready for a cassette light? Taking advantage of my clearance. Buy 2 or more, get 50% off. Paula Abdul, Janet, all 3 for $7.50, going to East Boston, Massachusetts. All righty, headed to Marina, California. The Great Contest vinyl sold for $10. All right, going to Modesto, California. Christy Lane, One Day at a Time on vinyl, sold for $5. Are you ready for a CD light? Taking advantage of my clearance, buy 2, get 50% off, 2 or more. Headed to Sevierville, Tennessee. Casket, Dark Frequencies. Indie CD sold for $6, headed to Hudson, Florida. Copeland CD is going to Cary, North Carolina, sold for $6. Are you ready for a CD light? Kentucky Headhunters and Chuck Negron. The Long Road Back, 2 CDs sold for $15, headed to Greenville, Illinois. Hey, I think that's where I bought my first music store that went out of business, Greenville, Illinois. All right, we got one of my old video game magazines. I forgot my address over there in Loughborough, 4094. I lived there for like a year, maybe. From like 96 to 97, I think. All right. Oh, I forgot to click on it. Let's see here. All right, it's headed to Lakewood, California. Sold for $10. We got a NASCAR die-cast. Sold for $9. Headed up to Canada. All right, we got a cool Nightmare Before Christmas Jack Skellington scrub top. Sold for $9.50. Headed to Washington. Alrighty, we got a Case Projects case. The case I picked up at the bins. I always pick up these cases. The CDs inside I picked up at the Honey Hole for $3 for all of them. Shoved them in this case, sold it for $30. Headed to Kings Bay, Georgia. Alright, looks like we just got some hats left. So, Track and Field Championship sold for $9. Headed to Galen, Ohio. Galeon, Ohio. Sorry, my eyes weren't focused. Brixton Manufacturing, $10, headed to Erie, Pennsylvania. Dad University of Missouri, sold for $10, headed to Litchfield Park, Arizona. St. Louis Cardinals hat, sold for $8, headed to Michigan. USW Loco with a big old hair on it. Come off. Good Lord. All right, going to Spokane Valley, Washington, sold for $6. Roundup Ready soybeans sold for $7, headed up to Canada. Are you ready for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hat lot? I got 2 Mutant Ninja Turtle hats. Me and a friend growing up, not too, I guess it was about 94, 93. We were on the steps drawing, and we're like, let's come up with a cool cartoon comic book thing. So we came up with Over the Hill Toxic Grasshoppers from Hell. We never even really worked on it. We drew a few figures, and that was pretty much it. But that'd still be good today. Over the Hill Toxic Grasshoppers from Hell. $20 going up to Canada. Hinkley Lighting sold for $7, headed to Crossville, Tennessee. Headed to San Diego, California. We got the Detroit Lions. Sold for $6. All right, Loudmouth Come to Play Goth Visor. Sold for $7.50. Head to Oceanside, California. When they hear the printer now, they're like, we're ready. All right, that's all for the morning video. We got about 10 more. That's been trickling in. But we'll add those to the afternoon pool. So we shall see you all in the next video. What up, kids? You ready? He's just like standing there. Hi. It's like, yes. All right. Thanks, everybody.